Hey, it's me, Justin Roiland, and you're watching the Justin Roiland RC video game car grind-a-palooza stunt rally interview show!
Oh, look who's awake.
You're getting hella good footage, dude.
Meeting Saman and Abed was important in my life because that was sort of the beginning of actually making stuff, like actually creating content.
You're wonderful!
Replay record!
You know, we're all just a bunch of scrappy, like idiot kids making stuff. That we all just like wanted to make funny stuff.
I mean, it was definitely like the first time in my life that I felt like I'd had a team of people that were on the same page as me.
Justin figured out a way to make cartoons super fast, within a month, every day after work, going to Justin's apartment. Yeah, we were like this cartoon making factory.
This is before YouTube, so we kind of just would create content with no one to show it to.
Anybody in the world that's listening to us right now is allowed to submit a 5-minute first episode of any kind of television show that they want.
Justin would always submit these cartoons that the panel would love, but the audience would hate, until he did House of Cosby's.
It's a House of Cosby's. I'm Dancing Cosby. I'm Curiosity Cosby. You see, I'm Cosby number 6. Bathtub Cosby.
House of Cosby's was the catalyst for Harmon and I to start collaborating on shit together. We both had a great deal of respect for each other and were fans of each other's shit that we were making. One, I made a short called The Real Animated Adventures of Doc and Marty.
Don't be sad, Marty. We'll go back in time, and we'll make sure that your kite doesn't get stuck in the tree.
All right, Doc, that sounds great.
I had fallen in love throughout the course of making that cartoon with the voices of the two characters. I kept using those voices and things.
You know what she said to me?
Oh, Reggie, what'd she say, man?
Tell her what she said. Mitchell, I'm trying to do science in the basement, Mitchell.
Harmon calls me and he's like, hey, Adult Swim is asking me about an animated project. Do you have anything? Like, do you have any ideas? I'm like, well, what about those characters?
Cartoon Network, and the thoughts coming back were, this is great. And this,
for me, a big part of the show was like riffing back and forth with the character, doing both characters.
We'd break the story as a group, and then it would go to Dan. And when Dan would do a pass, he would mark sections with question marks.
and then a joke room sits and they just riff. I like to make it a democratic process, or do it in front of the writers, whittling them down to the favorite of the room.
But you're in for a real treat where I'm gonna record some of these alts that you didn't get to hear in the fucking thing.
What the hell? Where am I?
55 years. Not bad, Morty. You kind of wasted your 30s, though, with that whole bird watching phase.
55 years, not bad. Kind of wasted your 30s collecting all those Lego sets. Guess you thought they'd be valuable.
Not bad, Morty.
Kind of wasted your 30s tracking down your daughter's killer.
Not bad, Morty.
You sure did spend a lot of time arguing on Reddit. Man, your wife sure had a lot of guy friends.
Liquor just adds a whole new aspect to Justin.
Definitely probably gonna be in the pocket after this.
Oh, this little baby guy. I'm gonna tell you where to stick it. Because...
Can you try to read this one on script?
Man, fuck you.
Oh my God.
Here, get off of me, Morty.
I'm taking charge of this situation, buddy.
What's gotten into you?
I'm pooped.
If you love her so much, why don't you
stand
marry
around like
her?
some sort of dumb.
What are you, crazy?
person and just let you run the whole world.
I mean, listen, it is humbling to see how big this machine has gotten. Like, there are times where I'm like, what have I gotten myself into? It started out as me making dumb cartoons with my friends in my apartment, and now it's me making dumb cartoons with hundreds of amazing people.
You know, they don't get old. I mean, that's the basis of great entertainment.